Okay, yesterday we discussed a few basic things related to events. So we learned about what are events, what is event handling, event arguments, how to manage them and all. Now we are going to learn about the various categories of browser events. After understanding how the events are written, what arguments are used, how we pass arguments into events. Now we need to know how the browser events are used. What are the various categories? Actually, events classified into so many categories. We have like keyboard events. We have like mouse events. We have like clipboard events. So we have like uh, button events. We have like timer events. We have like touch events. So many categories of events are there. So events in JavaScript classified into various categories. So we use the events depending on the requirements and situation. So we will see important how to work. Few already we learned in several examples. We already discussed some events. Already few events we used. Let's see how to handle them and work with them. We have keyboard events. Keyboard events are nothing but they are used to handle interactions with regard to key, with regard to keys. So that means they specify actions to perform, actions to perform while user is keying in characters, keying in the keys actually. Keying in the keys means using those keys on keyboard. So many actions we need to perform while user is typing. While typing itself, we need to handle some functionalities. Such options are defined with keyboard events. So what are the keyboard events we have? The JavaScript keyboard events, we have event and the description. We have the keyboard events like one is on key up, on key down. These are the events. On key up, on key down, on key press. So this actions when key is released, actions when user hold down a key, actions when user keys in another key, keys in another key. That is what actually key press is. So what actions to perform when user is typing, while user is keying in the characters? We manage that by using key up, key down, key press and all. So usually keyboard events use some important event properties. Some event properties are, we have like key code, like char code, like which, shift key, control key and alt key. These are important key event related properties. Key event related properties. We have key code, character code, which key, shift key, control key, alt key. These are all the key event related properties. Actually, key code, it returns the code of every key, the code of every key. So that means it is actually from the characters here. You can say ASCII code. That characters we already know. So here we have A is equal to 65 to Z equal to 90, like that. Char code is similar. The char code actually returns the code as per UTF standards. As of UTF standards. But this is only for characters, character keys. Means several keys don't have characters like space, shift, control. So when you press those keys, there will be no code written if it is character code. Key code will return for every key. Even you press a caps lock, there will be a code for it. You use some shift, there will be a code for that. But character code is only for the keys that return certain characters, not for others. Which key? It is similar to key code. Which key is similar to key code, but it is used for you say as enhanced keyboards. Enhanced keyboards. We have standard keyboard, enhanced keyboards. You will see enhanced keyboards in MacBooks and all. They have that enhanced keyboard type. Their keys are different. But majority of the functionalities will be similar. Right? So shift key, control key, alt key, these will return true or false. Yesterday already I told you. Return true or false. Whether shift key pressed or not, control key pressed or not. Yesterday I showed you one example. When user clicks with control key, it will do some work. Without control key, some other work. So regularly used event properties for keys are these. No need of example, already we learned. Key code and character code examples where we have seen. We discussed about the concept of string functions. So username already taken or not? Password strength, is it strong or weak? Such options while typing itself we can verify. That already we done that. In several examples we designed it. So already we have seen these key events in so many options. I hope we done in string demo. So this is string demo. This is for checkboxes. Okay. String manipulations. Yeah. These we have done. So on key up, verify email. On key up, verify the card. All these things, examples we done through key events only. I showed you this example. So that is on key up, verify the name. Is it having a capital letter or not? Getting the key code and returning it. These are all key events only. So no need to again waste time in discussing them because already so many examples we have seen. Only one point is you need to know codes also I showed you. This example we designed, if you remembered. So this example must start with uppercase letter. How to verify whether name is starting with uppercase letter? That we have to get the code of first character and verify. For that we used this event. The event is key up event. Here key up, key down, key press difference is generally when we type some John, if I ask how many keys up, then 4 keys up. How many keys down? 4 keys down. How many keys pressed? 3 keys only pressed. Key press means it will fire up once you finish the key. That means here N is not finished. Cursor is still there. Once you finish N, that means you put a space. Now it is finished. That means now 4 keys pressed. Suppose I said, so another, now 4 pressed. But that is the reason you cannot use key press everywhere. You cannot use key code, key up everywhere. Why we cannot use key up everywhere? Because generally, if I have to do any work related to character codes, whether capital letter pressed or not, small, whether numeric keypad used or not. If I have to do that, then key up and key down, these cannot get the key codes. They cannot get the key code. So to get the key code, we have to use key press. Key code can be returned. Key code can be returned correctly by key press. You can see that. Temporarily, I will first show you here. Because examples, so many examples we have seen till date related to keys. Suppose key demo. So here we are defining doc type HTML or simple. I will give head and the title. So demo. So we have the body and we have a text input type equal to text. And here I will just define ID as txt name something. Here I want some paragraph. I want here some event on key up. On key up, we will write a function called get code. Into that, we will pass event. What is event argument? We learned already. And the script function. So we are using get code, and get code have to get the event related details. I will put document.query selector, document.query selector, and paragraph dot inner HTML. And here we will add the details. See, observe carefully. Here I am using key code. How to get the key code? E dot, we need ENA, event argument. Okay. E dot, I'm accessing key code. Okay. I want to get character code. So I'm using here E dot char code. I want to get which key, which, and here I'm defining E dot which. These, observe carefully, all these three will be similar, but sometimes the character code is not returned. You see, here I am typing a character now. I am typing some character here. When I type character, you see character code is not written. Character code is not returned because our current event is key up. On key up, character codes it can't return. Okay, we will try key press. Key press. On key press, you can see now I am typing, it is returning. It is returning. So the point here is some events cannot capture the code because that is not finished. You cannot blindly use all key events for all situations. When you are dealing with codes, always use key press. You are dealing with any actions other than code, then use key up. It depends. If you want to verify immediately, then key up. You want to verify after the character is finished, then key press. These are important. This is just a syntax, not an example. I will show you the point here. So example, this is just a syntactical example. Actually, so suppose we are defining a simple functionality like a field set and legend, and I said username. And we have a text box, input type is equal to text, ID as txt, name. And below that, we will keep a div, ID as MSG. And here we need to verify the username and display message. So I will simply use the event on key up, verify user. Here we are declaring user details is an array with the username as some John, and like username like some John 1 2. So and like username, these details we define as some David. Okay, and here we are writing a function verify user, and we are writing the logic here. So where username coming from document get element by ID txt name dot value, and where, so here where MSG document dot get element by ID MSG, that is the text to display. We are writing a loop for where user of user details. So here if user dot username is matching with username that you entered, then it should display a message dot inner HTML. So saying that username taken. Try another. Else it should display message.inner.html user name available. So that is the option. We can put here some msg.style.color so is equal to red, and here I defined msg.style.color is equal to green. Now you can see that here I am typing the username and it says available, and John, it says username taken because I haven't used a break. We have to break. It's mandatory. Now I am entering John, then it says username taken. Now John 1, it is available. John 1, 2, it is taken. While typing itself, it is verifying whether that is there or not. But problem is, if I do this on key press event, if I write key press event, now you see it says John, I entered John, it should say taken, but it's not showing. Because in its reference, N is not finished because you are using key press. But N is written there. But key press will identify only when you finish it. Finish means put a space or so press any another key. Now I put a space, now it will verify. That is not good because that space is also a character if I am verifying usernames and all. So we want to verify immediate. In that case, in this situation, so key press is not good. We can use only key up. Then key press is good for which situation? It is good. So if you are dealing with codes, because key up, key downs, these cannot return the code correctly. So if you are dealing with code, for example, here I defined, suppose in this, say registered sub, and here I will keep, so data list with the data term user name. Data definition I given this. And similarly, another data term, we have password. So here data definition, input type is equal to text. Password. And ID as txt pwd. Here I will put a warning for password. So let's link relation style sheet href. So node modules bootstrap icons .css. Here I am just keeping a simple div, and here I will put is warning caps on. That's the warning I am defining, caps on. And here let's keep a span and class bi and bi warning. So we have circle exclamation. Okay, exclamation I will give as triangle. Okay, that's fine. And this is having the class, one more bootstrap class. Relation is style sheet href bootstrap. Yeah, this css fine. Let's put this container fluid. Okay, and here we will put this as class text warning. Okay. Now the point is in this now, that warning message must be displayed only when there is capital letter entered. So, so this have an ID as caps warning, and I will keep style display as none. So it is not displayed initially. When user is typing password and suddenly capital letter entered, the warning should come. So that means, so here I need to verify whether capital letter entered or not in password box. Then on key up. Now key up, key down, they don't have correct ability to capture the codes. Then what we have to do? On key press. This will return the code correctly. And on key press, so verify password, or I will say caps warning. And into that, we have to pass the event. Through this event, you can access the character codes and key codes. So here we have to write the caps warning. That means a function caps warning. In that, we will collect the event argument. We will write a condition. If e dot key code is greater than or equal to 65 and e dot key code is less than or equal to 90, then capital letter is on. So document dot get element by ID. So caps warning, that is the ID, caps warning, yeah, caps warning dot style dot display. So we have to set to block. Else, so document get element by ID, caps warning, we have to set style display as none. That's we need to define. Now here, when user is typing the password, now it looks okay. Suddenly some capital letter typed, it shows the warning. So you can see the capital letter entered. And I am removing that and typing again, it will be normal. And if I entered again a capital letter, it shows that warning. So key press is good for capturing the codes, and key up, key down are good for doing the actions that will perform immediately after the key is used, not waiting until the press happened. So this is the situation of using key events, when to use key up, key down, and handle them. This is an example for that. Already several other examples we have seen in string manipulations and all. I have given even how to verify regular expression dynamically. One example I showed you. Password strong, password weak, password is poor, you can display if you can write with regular expression. How do we write regular expression? For example, we want to show the password strength while typing the password. So here I will keep another div, and this is having text. This is just having an ID as password message. Now when user is typing the password while typing, this is on key press you are doing. So we are writing, that is caps warning. That is the previous one. That example I already given. Let's do some change. I am removing this now. You can add both. I'm just keeping simple. And here we will write as on key up, verify password. Now this time, this verify password, so I will give verify password. This time this verify password should verify and show is it password strong or weak. So that means now what we are doing here, first we are collecting the password entered in text box. Get element by ID, txt, pwd, right? Pwd dot value. Okay. Now here we are verifying one more regular expression. Regular expression is written in double slash. Already I told you in string. So suppose we are defining question mark equal dot star in the square brace a hyphen z slash w 4 comma 10. That is the regular expression. And how to verify our password is matching with regular expression or not. So password, we have to use the method match. Already in string functions, I told you, we have a match method. Match method is used for verifying our value against regular expression. If it is matching with what regular expression, then what should happen? If it is matching with regular expression, I will give here where password message, password msg document get element by id, password msg. That is actually div. In that password msg dot inner html, we will display as some strong password. Strong password. Else we will write another condition. If password dot length is less than 3, is less than 4. If password length is less than 4, then password dot message dot inner html, we will say poor password. Poor password. Otherwise, we will put here. Otherwise, if it is greater than 4, so greater than 4, then password message dot inner html, weak password. Greater than 4, but not matching with uppercase letter, then it should be weak password. So here we are displaying the message. You can put reasonable colors and all. As of now, I am entering the password. So it says poor password, because minimum 4 characters we need. I entered 4 characters, then weak password. Still it is weak password because at least one uppercase letter required. And I entered an uppercase letter, then strong password. So that is the pattern I am using. If I am not writing uppercase letter, then it is weak password. I am not writing so minimum 4 characters, then it is poor password. That means we can define the strength and display. You can show colors, effects, anything. Suppose if you remembered, we learned about a meter control in HTML. We can put a meter here. Suppose we have a meter here. Meter is having like min is equal to. So here initially I will give an ID as meter. Okay. Now this is having min is equal to 1, max is equal to 100. So this is the meter control available. So there is a meter. And in that meter control, suppose I will keep that in a div. So meter is below. And so for example, suppose we have, so class as W some 25. Okay, the width 25, then I will give as class as W100. It will be Acha, this is not having that style width is equal to 100%. That's fine. That is the option here I am having, and height I will give as 20 pixel. That's the meter here. Now in that meter, I want to show the value changing. So usually this should happen several times. We will write a separate function because reusability is important. Strong password meter should work, weak password meter should work, and poor password meter should work. Then 3 times you don't need to write. We will write a function called meter changed, or say, yeah, meter changed, or say show status. In show status, it is expecting values. What are the values? One is min, another max, another value. Then I am writing here as document first var meter is equal to document get element by id meter. Now meter dot min is equal to whatever min you pass. Similarly, meter dot max equal to whatever max you pass. Meter have value is equal to whatever value you pass. Important is meter have low high also. You remembered in HTML. Low high will get you red color, yellow color, green color like meter options. Currently we are controlling only value. So what should happen if it is strong password? If it is strong password, get the show status. In that minimum is 1, maximum is 100, value also 100. So if it is poor password, what should happen? Show status. Minimum 1, maximum 100, but value is 20 only. So that is poor password. Similarly, show status on weak password. Minimum 1, maximum 100, value is suppose 60. That is weak password. Now here, when I am typing the password, it shows poor password. And when I am typing the value here, now it is a weak password. Now I am entering the value, still it is weak password, an uppercase letter, then it is strong password. We can change the value of meter dynamically. That's what already we discussed when we learned HTML. I told you that meter contains values which you cannot change manually, but they have to change dynamically. Through JavaScript, we control it. So that is now we are controlling it. Meters, progress bars, these we can control based on these actions. So we can add colors, we can add styles, we can add any values. So, or graphically display through color combinations. So these are all related to key events, how you manage the key. So this is a simple example, another example for the key events. So keyboard related events are used to manage interactions when user is keying in the characters. That is all keyboard events, how to deal with them. Next important, we have mouse events. Mouse events. So these mouse events usually specifies actions to perform with regard to mouse interactions. Mouse interactions. So we have event and description. And the events we are having on mouse over, on mouse down, mouse out, on mouse down, on mouse up, on mouse move. These are the events. So here, actions when pointer is actions when pointer moves out of element. Similarly, actions when mouse button is down. Mouse up means actions when mouse button is released. Move actions while mouse pointer is moving over element. So what are the event arguments for this? The event properties regularly used for this, we have two. One is client X, client Y. Gets X position and gets Y position. That is. So the position of X and Y, you can get the X and Y positions and define them. So several interactions are done with mouse over, mouse out, mouse down, move. Already, if you remembered in HTML itself, I showed you mouse over, mouse out in MarQ. When we discussed MarQ, there itself we saw one point that when mouse is over, we can pause the MarQ. When mouse is out, we can resume the MarQ. Such things already we done that. So actually, so many interactions will be related to mouse pointer. Animations, effects we can control by using mouse pointer. So here, suppose we want to handle the interaction here. Let's say mouse events. Mouse. Yeah. So in this, few basic things already we done. So like one is, suppose we have a MarQ. And in the MarQ, so we have some text or image scrolling. Image source, so public images, right? And in that, we have some mobile.png width, height like this. Now, usually this is the image some images are there. So we have mobile, we have shoe, we have some shoe one, and we have some yeah, neck band, something. Now these are all inside a MarkU. They will be scrolling. So in the MarkU, they will be scrolling. We want to control them. So then what we can do here is, so we can simply define an effect for that on mouse over. That means when mouse pointer is over, this dot stop means this refers to the current object, and it have a method called stop. It will stop, or actually you can write separate function in script, call that, in that write stop. That's lengthy. Here you can simply put this dot stop. Similarly, on mouse out, so we say this dot start. We need to start the animation and define. And you can see here, when mouse pointer is over the MarkU, it will pause. Again, it will resume. Pause and resume. Now, important is we can keep animations, effects for them on mouse over. That you can do in CSS. So sometimes people ask question like, in CSS we have hover. So hover selector is there. On mouse over, it will define actions. Then why we need this one? That is only for applying some effects, not controlling the DOM elements. That means CSS cannot control your DOM elements. CSS can apply effects to the DOM elements. On hover, you can change color. On hover, you can zoom. On hover, you can rotate. But on hover, you can't stop animation. On hover, you cannot remove. You cannot update new data. All such things we do by using this. So that means JavaScript is required to control the DOM. CSS can do. Suppose actually this is the set of images. And suppose I am writing a script, and here we have a variable images. It's an array of images. So the first image is this. That is the first image. Second image is this. That is the second image. Third image is this. This time we are having images collection like this. So we have some images collection. It is an array. Now I want to load those images into this MarkU. MarkU have an ID called gallery. And I want to load that on body load. On body load. On load. On load, body load. So on body load, I want these images to load. That means where function, so body load, and on body load we have to loop through all these images for where images of where image of images. For every image we have to create an img element, document dot create element img. And for every element, IMG have an SRC. SRC is image because SRC contains path. This is the path we are applying. And add this image document dot get element by ID. What is it? Gallery. To gallery, we have to append child image. This is the image. That means I'm not having images here. Images we are loading into that gallery. Into the gallery, we are loading the images. You see, it is load. Height width, you can define image dot width is equal to some 100. Image dot height also 100. So that means the image height width will be 100, and this is the image gallery we are having. That is the images we are displaying. But this time these images are added dynamically. When I move the mouse onto it, it is pausing and resuming. Now what I can do here is I can add effects to the element. There are so many techniques. In the marquee, you are adding, or in the marquee, there is a div. That div have an ID gallery. That means directly to, you can apply to the marquee, or you can apply to the container inside the marquee. Now here what we are doing is we are writing the logic. So style, we are writing style. On style, we have hash gallery. In that gallery, we have IMG. In the gallery, we have image, not to entire gallery. In the gallery, we have image. The image height. So how many pixels? Suppose 100, or suppose 100 pixels, 150 pixel. And width is 150 pixel. Actually, I will remove this height and width now, because we are giving through styles. Through style, we are giving the height and width of that image. This is the actual height and width of image. Through style, we are giving it. Now what happens is, here we are also giving, so Z index as 0. Z index are 0. We are giving opacity. Opacity 0.4. Transparency is there for that. That means images have transparent. We have transparent. Now what we are doing here is, so hash gallery IMG hover. That means when mouse is over, then we are using transform scale as 2. Transform scale as 2. So, and transition. So transition I am not giving. Transition we will give. Transition we will give 2 seconds. Like 2 seconds transition I am defining on hover. And Z index I am giving as 1. You know what is Z index? We already done that in styles. Then opacity I will give 1. Moved over that object. That means the image will zoom like this. The image is zooming like this. Every image. Now, of course, we can define here transition 2 seconds to go into normal phase. And for example, so we have a body as a display flex, and justify content center, align item center I given. So align item center and the height as some 500 pixels. Like this, we are defining. Now it will come in the center. It will be in this way. That is marquee area. Marquee area means actually, so you have marquee. For marquee, I defined height as some 300 pixels. Marquee height is 300 pixel. Now, so that image can be displayed more better. It can be displayed more better. Suppose initial Z index I given as -1. Z index -1. That means the image initial Z index is -1. So -1 Z index means, so you see the image is displayed here now. Now when I show that, it will show, it looks like come forward. Height width you can adjust according to your requirements. You can add some effects and display them. Right? That means the mouse, it is moving, and when mouse is over, it is displaying. Now the point is, what is the meaning of hover and on mouse over difference? Hover will apply effects, rotating, size, colors, all this, but it cannot manipulate DOM animations. That means hover cannot stop marquee. Hover cannot stop a video. Hover cannot stop or add some element. It can just only add some effects. So if you want to manipulate some DOM, then you have to do that by using this. Right? So these are all basically combinations, how we define. Now the question is, why I use dynamically loading of images? Because every image need to be separate, so that individually we can handle the images. If you don't do that, all images becomes in one container. Then all images will zoom, all images will hide. Every image must be independent, so that we can even access its information and display when mouse is over. For example, so I use just an array. We use array of objects. That means every image have a description. Then when mouse is over, that image should zoom, description should come. That means if every image is having so many things here, if every image is having description and all, that description should come and display. Such examples I will show you touch screen, how we can do that. Right? That means point is nothing but when mouse over, the image related description should come. That's simple, nothing complex. I hope we done in one example. When we clicked on a image, the image detail should come. That we will see in other concepts also. So the main intention here is to understand how to control the mouse actions. Several actions are controlled even when mouse is moving. While mouse is moving, for example, see, suppose I will take another part here and clean up all this here, fine. And in the body section, initially let's empty, yeah. Now in the body section, I am keeping, I will take one image. So this is public images. I will take one image. Images. Okay, this is an image. That is a GIF image. Flag is a GIF image. So here I am adding simply, so a div. The style height of div is 1000 pixels. Below that I have an image ID as pic. or simply flag, and source is images, public images. So flag.gif, width is 50 and height is 50. The intention of this is, in the body section, there is a div which has 1000 pixels. That means under the div you have a picture. So you will never see the picture until or unless you scroll bottom. That means because page height is max 700 pixels. That means whenever I open the page, you can't see anything here. But there is a picture at the bottom corner, very bottom corner. So now what I am doing here is, when user is moving the mouse on mouse move, when user is moving the mouse on body section, then get position will get event, and we will write a script function. Get position will collect mouse position. Can collect the mouse position, and what we will do is we will access flag document get element by id flag. It's an image. Now flag dot style dot position is fixed. Position fixed. Position fixed means it is removed from normal flow. Already we saw that in CSS. It removes from the normal flow, and after removing, where to keep, that is decided by left and top and right and bottom attributes. So flag dot style dot top position should be the mouse top position. That means mouse y-axis position. So then how to get mouse y-axis position? E dot client y plus pixels, because it will return only number, but we need to mention pixels. How many pixels? Top. So this will return 20. 20 is not a valid value for top. It should have 20 pixels. So we are adding pixels. Similarly, flag dot style dot left. Left should be client x-axis. Client x-axis. So plus pixels. That means mouse left position will be x-axis position, y position will be top position. That means the position of mouse is applied to picture. If position of mouse is applied to picture, and it will be updating that position every time when you move the mouse, then what happens now? When I move the mouse, the pointer is moving. That means the image is moving along with the pointer. Because simple logic, you remove the image from its position and attach it the mouse position. That means wherever mouse moves, the image moves along with it. So for example, here, suppose I will give here, I will keep another heading, just roughly heading. So in that X, and in the next line, I will keep Y. Like this, just roughly I am giving here, or we can directly put some values there. Let's keep here heading, and let's say style. So justify content, display flex, and just align items center. So center. Just roughly I am defining that. Actually, this is nothing but I will give top only. Okay. Now what we will do is just access the heading document.query selector. I'm just showing you the position. Document.query selector, it is heading 3. Heading 3 dot inner HTML. We will put the position to show you x equal to. So get the x-axis position e dot client x and y is equal to e dot client y. Client y. That is the x and y axis position. So these are fine. You see now the position changing. That means x position, y position are changing. You can see the x position, y position changing. That means actually x position is left position. Y position is top position. That means mouse left position is x-axis. Top position is y-axis. That you are applying to that image. So image will move along with it. Will move along with that. That is the action to perform while mouse is moving. You have actions on mouse over. You have actions on mouse out. You have actions on mouse moving. Similarly, you can have actions on mouse down and up. This is another example. Down means when user hold down the button. Up means when user releases the button. So that means you can have actions on that. For example, suppose I will clean this here now. We can have the actions on that. Suppose here we have some text. Let's take some application here. Workspace, some images. Yeah, we have some images here. Okay, you have some images. Offer, speaker offer. I will copy these images into the project here now. Our project and public images. I have these two images. So speaker offer and offer. These two are PNG files. Okay. See here, I'm just defining as image. SRC is equal to, so images, public images, and offer.png. Now that is the image we are defining, 50% off. Now here I'm just giving a paragraph. So above or below I will keep some paragraph. And here I will say that hold down mouse button on offer. So just that option I given, hold down mouse button on offer. That means on that offer, when they hold down, ID I given as pick. That means here I am writing on mouse down. On mouse down, so show offer. And on mouse up, I said hide offer. Hide offer, like this. And actually, we have two functions, show offer. The show offer function should get element by id pick.src. src is equal to public /images/speaker offer.png. It should apply that png. And the same should happen on hide offer. That means if I define here hide offer, so hide offer, then it should display offer.png. So these are two options defined now. That means now see here, when I hold down the mouse button, it will show this image. When I release the button, it will be normal. That means until I hold down, that will be displayed. I release, then it will be normal. That means you can display until you hold down. It's not click until you hold down. So keep down the mouse button, release the button, it will be gone. These are the actions for defining the interaction with the mouse down and mouse up, that we can manage by using this option, that is down and up. So these are all mouse related interactions, how the mouse events are managed. So we have keyboard events and we have mouse events. Next, we have other events, clipboard and other, that we'll see tomorrow, right? So in tomorrow's session, we will continue with that. Okay. And in tomorrow's session, we will finish events. Then we will go into browser events, browser objects. If we can finish those, then we can start jQuery now. We can start jQuery, Ajax interactions, how to handle them. With jQuery, we can do this. jQuery is now easy. It will take just only 3-4 sessions. Why? Because whatever you done in JavaScript, you can replace that in now jQuery. Now you can reduce all the code logic and make it fast. Because jQuery intention is write less, do more. And jQuery is not a language, it is a library. It uses JavaScript. So you already know JavaScript, then jQuery is very simple to handle. But you can do great work with jQuery. What are those we are going to see, right? So we will go into jQuery after we finish these two topics are there. Browser events, browser objects. Then we can go into it. Tomorrow we'll continue, right? And I already announced from Wednesday, no sessions. Okay, Wednesday to Sunday. Again next Monday. Okay, tomorrow we'll continue.